It's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving back into one of my favorite rye distilleries for another yet unreachable for most of you special finish. It's Sagamore Cognac Finish Rye, baby! So special shout out to Tim Buma for helping me snag this one, because we're going to talk about why you probably didn't get one of these. And we're going to see just how much you should cry about that fact that you didn't. Okay, we're going to try to keep it real short today. Again, end of the year is coming up. Okay, so spoiler, this is like mid-late December 2024 when I'm doing this. We are going to do a massive Sagamore blind, and I wanted to individually review all the bottles that are going to be in that before I release that video. So that's why we're doing this, really. But also because I like drinking these, you know. Shame on me. So Sagamore is that little distillery in Maryland we all know and love, if you were a fan of this channel. This, though, the cognac finish, was a pick. So unfortunately, I wish Sagamore would differentiate their labels. Like, they have distillery exclusives, right? Which is okay. They say distillery exclusive. You know, they have their core lineup, which is fine. You know, core lineup doesn't say anything. But then these here say Reserve Select and like Reserve Series, but a lot of them say Reserve Select. They could be nationwide releases. They could be statewide. Or they could be a pick for one store. Like, come on, Sagamore. Can we differentiate the labels so we know ahead of time, like, is this Maryland only? Is this nationwide? Like the 9 year says Reserve Select. But that's nationwide, or, you know, where Sagamore is distributed. But so does this, but it's a pick. Like, I just wish we would, you know, differentiate more. Their actual picks of just their cask strength offering is a different label. But, like, these finished ones aren't sometimes. That kind of annoys me, Sagamore, I'll be honest. First criticism. So again, special shout out to Tim. Thank you, sir. He got this from Massachusetts. And this was just like the original maple finish that we talked about probably 2 years ago, year and a half ago. This was a Benny's and Julio's or Julio's liquor. I feel wrong saying Julio's, but I think that actually is the pronunciation, Julio's. So Benny's and Julio's. So this one came from Julio's Liquors in Massachusetts. Thank you, Julio's, for selling this to Tim. Benny's also got them in Chicago area, so if you're in the much more dangerous area, maybe you picked up one from there. This one comes in at 118.4 proof, compute 59.2% alcohol by volume, and that should tell you something right off the bat, that this is probably not all MGP. And if you're a smart individual, you're going to know that, because their cask strength, that was all MGP, was like 112.2, and most of their stuff didn't raise too much over that. That was all Indiana, and we confirmed back here in the label it says distilled in Maryland and Indiana. They are coming out with a new cask strength offering that's all 7 year, all Maryland, and that's 123. So their own distillate's getting higher proof than the MGP they used to source from. So just saying that. So the 118.4 is higher for what they offer, and because of that I was pretty sure it was going to be a blend, and it was a blend. So this is a blend of 4-year-old straight rye aged for over 2 years in a cognac barrel. So nice long finishing time, over 2 years. Good base age of the rye. It means this whole thing's over 6 years old. Pretty dang cool. Batch 1A, although I believe they have done a cognac prior, and I know that because my good buddy Ralph sent me a sample of one that they did like back in 2019 or something. So Ralph, if you know more about that one, go ahead and share. Was that a pick? Was that distillery only? You know, something like that. But I believe it's odd they made this 1A, because I'm pretty sure they had done a cognac a long time ago. It does say here some aromas of fresh lychees, which is like some sort of Chinese strawberry. I had to look that up myself, and I just feel like that's on American. Apricots, glazed donuts, soft notes of black walnut oil, apples, caramel, toasted marshmallows, subtle tobacco, and classic spice profile of our whiskey. All that's all great and news and whatever. Let's see how it tastes. Price on these is about $70 to $80 hair, somewhere in there. All right, on the nose. Man, does that smell good. Like we expected, like we expected. I'm getting like a lot of peach, apricot notes on here. There is like a grape note. There is a nice spice, rye spice in there, the traditional sweet Sagamore rye spice. And it smells a little bit like a bottle of Hennessy. What can you say? All right, down the hatch. Man, that's good. Man. Whew. Definitely spicier at the 118 proof, which is very good. It finishes that way. A++ rating from Bourbon Bill. Absolute buy, or if you could get your hands on one of these. Everything we said on the nose comes from the palate. There's a lot of Welch's white grape here, apricot notes. There is some tobacco on the back end of this. And then it's that nice Sagamore rye spice. And the extra proof comes in on the finish, leaves a nice long finish on there. It's fairly mouth coating on there. And the rye spice plays nicely with that extra proof. What can we say? It's absolutely a buy. How will it rank, in comparison to other stuff? Beats me. Not as dark as the port finish, and the port finish is aged longer, so I think this will probably place above it, but where it places for you is probably going to be your preference on whether you like cognac more, port more, Albarino, Vino de Naranja, right? There's something for everyone in all these Sagamore finishes. The only Sagamore finish I believe that was a pick that I missed this year there was a Sauternes finish sold to the Pendry in Baltimore. So if anybody has a bottle of that you're willing to give up, let me know. Apparently that was sold to like a dinner reservation only. And then we talked about the triple cast finish a little bit ago. And the other Sauternes barrels, or the available liquid in the barrel was used for the triple cast blend as well. So it wasn't entirely bottled in the Sauternes release. But if anyone has a Sauternes, I believe that's one of the only store picks that I missed this year, because those are obviously harder to get if they're not for this area. And since that was some sort of restaurant special bottle, I of course didn't get it. So if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.